This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Tune in daily, get your positive vibrations. Learn different words in your own native language. Learn being black ain't all about slavery. Put that in the school book, it's part of education. We need to rewrite it, need some better information. Like how we built the pyramids and formed our own nation. Visit different continents and then try to invade them. Way before Columbus, but that ain't none of these pages. It's all just rumors, just a bunch of speculation. But why I never admit every hero is Caucasian? Even white people starting to say this shit is racist. Like how they talking to blacks for this vaccination. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Cause do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Cause do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Appreciate the views and appreciate the comments. Keeping it real, always giving you this content. Hoping that my people don't take nothing out of context. Giving you
Hey, my people, what's going on? This is Major. You're tuning in with MajorTv. Let's talk. I want to say peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Hola. Hotep. And good day to all my beautiful black people out there. We have a special topic tonight. And I believe that if you're interested, you're going to tune in because our brother OCTHEGREAT is in the building. And we're going to really delve into talking about the role and responsibility of black media. I want to thank everybody watching live. I want to thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to just talk about real stuff. And I want to bring the brother on. I don't want to have him backstage too much. What's up, OCTHEGREAT? How you doing, my brother?
Peace of the guys. What's going on?
Beautiful. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm blessed, man. Very blessed.
For sure. Well, my sister, Landell Williams in the building. Shalom, Major. Shalom, sister. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. My girl in the building, sister, friend with Savin, Tiffany Turner. Peace and blessings, everyone. Love, MajorTv. Thank you, sweetheart, for coming through. If you're watching live, I would appreciate you shout yourself out, where you're from. You want to say some OCTHEGREAT or myself, cool. But let us know you're engaging with us because MajorTv is all about real engagement and conversation with the black community. We address social, political, and economic issues that affect us. We can't expect for anything to change if we don't speak up. And what black media trying to do is speak up. We can't speak up if you don't speak up with us. So we definitely need you all to be a part of the conversation. Landell Williams says, Shalom, OC, peace to the guys.
Peace of the guys. Good.
And we're gonna wait. We're gonna give y'all, we're gonna give the people you to come on in the live and what have you. We just want to engage as usual.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and share the live feed, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done it yet,
Real talk, like and share it. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, like and share the video, of course, and of course, subscribe. My brother OC, if you're not familiar with him, which you should be, subscribe to him as well and support him. But yeah, like and share the video, appreciate that. S7 in the building, CPS certified pure specialist. Shalom found from the
St. Louis.
What's up in the building?
You already know. Mm-hmm.
Represent. Thank you, family, for coming through. We're gonna let the family come in. What have we vibing right now? Just sending out positive vibrations to everyone. It's been beautiful. The last some of our days. I gotta give praise to the Most High for that being possible. We knew that rain coming. Knew that rain coming, but hey, it's been beautiful. So I hope everybody been in great spirits and stuff like that. I said we're gonna wait a few, let y'all come on in. We're gonna just jump into it. We're not gonna play no games. We're gonna be very candid, straight to the point. It's a much needed conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that's posing to be black media when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're more a part of the enemy agenda, very self-destructive, suffering from post traumatic slave syndrome, you know what I'm saying? Tiffany Turner say, oh, she did great. Say love, oh, she did great, you know what I'm saying? So what's up?
Salute.
Yeah, so we definitely we gonna definitely clarify what's black media role is, how it should be in congruence and an agreement, and on code, controlling and changing the narrative. What we see today is not black media, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, I'm just gonna open up and let's just give they're gonna come in eventually and they can catch the replay. Let's in our opinion, in short, you know what I'm saying? It can be long if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the role of black media, you know what I'm saying, our own eyes.
Yeah. I feel like it's the roles of black media. First off, it's very important to have our own voice. You know what I mean? Because especially, I would say in these times, but I would say all times, in all times that we have been living on this earth, we need to have our own voice, and just to have a media platform, no matter if it's small or big, I feel that it could be detrimental. So you know how it is when it comes to our people. We could feel that we just talking to one or two people, but all of a sudden it's like hundreds of people that know the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So no matter if you have a small voice or big voice, I feel like we all should be on one accord when it comes to telling our stories. You know what I mean? So yeah, we know that they have their stories, but we have to have our own stories as well. You know what I mean? So no matter if it's a folk tale or the news that's going on around us or education or things that we need to know. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's definitely important, because who else going to teach us in the right way or put our minds in the right perspective when it comes to the things we need to think about and how we need to act, as people. You know what I'm saying? So, it's I don't see it no other way. We definitely have to have our own news, and it's definitely important, to keep it authentic as possible, and I mean that in a way where it's outside of the mass media, and I'm gonna say outside of white supremacy, because that's really what the other news is about. You know what I mean? So, and I'm gonna just put it right there. You know what I mean?
Man, praise for that, man. I salute you for taking that stand, expressing that, and I concur. It's important that we definitely snatch that inappropriate, tragic, unfortunate, ugly, atrocious narrative that they have of us, and
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
have psychologically diminished us to a little of nothing. Black life is not valued. You know what I'm saying? And everything we have gotten so far, the people that from being a maid in Hollywood to now looking at us being presidents and what have you in Hollywood, people fall for that. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the things that that's finally coming out the woodworks, people fought to expose all that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking about black people. And I know there's whites and some other groups that played a part with sharing some things, but I'm talking about black people right now, right? And we know the picture that has been painted of us. And we watch our sisters and brothers work for the media.
Mm-hmm.
Kwame Brown, I suppose. How they never say something about the white athletes, but they talk about the black athletes, right?
Yeah.
In a very negative way. And that brother clarified that, right? Um, Black media role and responsibility is to serve the people with the truth. Point blank. In the name of Sister Ida B. Wells, in the name of Delaney Morton, we're supposed to be about exposing the falsehood because there's no way you can have black media without exposing the racism and white supremacy. There's no way you can have no way you can have a black media not expose the psychological brainwashing, the co-intel and all. There's no such thing. But we see a lot of people doing otherwise. And I know I'm going a little too far than I want to say about the question, what I pose each other, but that's our role. You know what I'm saying? It is not an easy role because a lot of people are so conditioned. And that's what I want to talk about now. Next thing is our people condition. Anything contrary to what they've been taught, when they hear something opposite, especially not from a black person, from a white person, a lot of times they're gullible. But how you feel about black community have to deal with the challenge in the black community? We both want to respond to this. And them understanding the purpose of why we're sharing the truth and why we're exposing things that they are not likely to be exposed to or want to believe.
Yeah. I feel like it's important, number one, because you touched on the fact that for some reason, or I mean, we know the reason that we end up just talking about each other when it comes to like bad news. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, in the news, I don't know how it is out where you at, but every time I turn on the news, they talking about some black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? Or they talking about this crime that happened in the black community. Almost like it's no crime that's actually going on in other communities. Like it's no crime going on in Asian communities. Like there's no crime that's going on in Jewish communities, Arabic communities. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they just talk about the black on black, crime or any crime that's going on in the cities of St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like we should get to the point where we are actually like, number one, being there for each other, basically telling the right stories, because even when they get stories, we don't really know where they get their stories from. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole propaganda spill, political spill as well, where when they get to it. So basically telling the truth, even if it is, like a very sad story that happened about, one of our
Come to
brothers.
the conversation.
Yeah, just like it's just a whole different spin when it comes from us. You know what I'm saying? So if it comes from another race, it has an agenda behind it. You know what I mean? But I feel like if we are telling the 100% truth, then there's no agenda outside of, this is the truth. This is just what it is. But I feel like if we say this, how can we fix it? You know what I'm saying? How can we fix the problems that's going on in our communities, or, whatever the case may be? You know what I mean? But I also feel like things should have a balance as well. The more bad news we talk about, we got to talk about the good news as well. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things that's missing that I feel that we need more of, us telling our stories ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And then, just having the balance as well, mixing the bad with the good, the entertainment, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a whole different thing when we say it, and it's not backed up by some type of political view or agenda, you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Well, I believe, and I concur with you with that as well. I believe we definitely got to regurgitate real factual situations. We have to expose it without people want to see it. And like I'm talking about those who just don't want to see it. We have to be in unison. We have to keep pushing what we're doing in reference to showing them that the way how you looking at life, the way how you looking at yourself, it's all bad. Carl G. Wilson said in Miss Kitchen Negro, everything we was taught was a lie. You feel me? And if we keep regurgitating and we keep being repetitive and pushing the right narrative, the truthful narrative, truth should prevail, in my honest opinion. when you look at the laser attack with COVID, right, and how not just black people, globally, people standing up, because it's a unified effort for people to share the truth of what's really going on behind the scenes, right? That's how we got to be in the community. But it's gonna have to take a journey effort for us to do that, right? It won't be easy, because before we even have to even be concerned about the enemy, we got to worry about those who already manipulate the enemy that's of the same complexion, you know. But for me, I don't even worry about that, because I stand behind truth. And I feel like we're at a point whereas they can't even deny how bad it is, how bad they are and what they've done. They can't even deny them. So much been exposed, especially after having no Capitol Hill January 6th. They can't even expose, you know, it can't even, right now they're trying to do damage control. That's all is in. But we in black media are failing to do what we're doing right now, communicate. We failing to take advantage of really coming together to bring the people together, same leadership. Black leadership, same way. But I want to talk about black leadership. I'm talking about the role and responsibility of black media. See, I see right now with black media, the biggest problem right now, and you and I got caught up in that, is getting behind one group and one person. I don't believe that. I'm for the movement of the people. I don't think right now no person stand out right now. I think people did, you know what I'm saying, stand out.
Right.
But the consistency is not there for whatever reason. You feel me? And I see people, and I see how people moving, and even our people, and not understanding this movement is not about one person, about so much stuff going on in our community right now. We don't even know people that's doing things that's on a hush, but you know, we think we're looking at things for tunnel vision, right? That's why I'm talking about the brother Randall ex-boy. I'm talking about Ramzu up there in Detroit. I'm talking about these people out here doing things. And it's more, we got the Devin Georges, you know what I'm saying? That was on Kwame Brown that's building. I'm talking about this brother actually doing work, buying whole whole building apartments and everything, creating businesses and everything, and then hiring black people. We're not talking about that. You know, and I think the problem with black media too, we get stuck on stupid too. We trying to please people. You can't please everybody. We can't please everybody. So even those who don't want to hear it, the ones that's just blind, I'm not even concerned about that. Somebody told me, just like you from New Orleans, how you on a float and you dropping Mardi Gras beads. He said you dropping Jews or you dropping Jews. Say don't worry about nobody don't hear what you're saying. You just know you did your part. And I think it's very important that we stick to truth, because sometimes even we look at people that we might believe in and have some kind of push with them, and they have some kind of push, we believe in them. You know what I'm saying? We can also be critical and express something we see that we may not like, right? So you know, I just had to slide it in, man. But let's just look at the situation with black media, how people think they're black media, how people think they're doing their part, and really they doing the enemy part. They really is an adversary, they're antagonistic, they're negative, they sell trauma, you know, they make money selling trauma. They make money tearing people down. Let's talk about that. Because they call themselves black media too.
Man. So that pays, you know what I'm saying? So the one thing that I realized when it comes to talking about the positive things that's going on in the black communities, that's the thing that doesn't make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying on these, yes, it makes money, but I'm saying on these platforms and stuff like that, on YouTube, you know, any type of social media platform, like the positive stuff, you know, it doesn't really make money like the negative stuff does. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we can see this by the views. And yes, I do think, you know, some of our views are tampered with, you know what I mean? So, you know, it doesn't hit the algorithms like it's supposed to, and things like that. But, you know, if it's positive, people don't view it. So actually, these so-called black media people will kind of fall over to what gets the most attention. You know what I'm saying? What gets the most views? What gets the most subscribers? You know, how can I get a bigger following? Okay, so I could be like, you know, someone like, you know, what Wendy Williams used to do or still do. You know, I haven't watched her in a while, but you know, I know that she was one of the ones, you know, a part of, you know, quote unquote black media, just finding different ways to attack black people or have gossip on black people and this and that and the third. You know what I mean? So a lot of the black media, you know, or so-called black media influencers, they end up doing something as similar as to that, just talking about the gossip or what's wrong, nitpicking on something small, you know what I mean, versus talking about the positive and building, you know. So it almost seemed like the agenda after that is more like, let's just get to the money, you know, and let's get the following and things like that. So it should be bigger than that, you know what I mean. But you know, I'm going to pass the mic because I could go on and on about that.
Brother, talk, you won't talk. Brother, talk. It's open
Yeah.
for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, talk.
Yeah, indeed. So, you know, like I feel like it's definitely a play into, you know, white supremacy. When it comes to like even dangling like a bag, you know what I'm saying, or even just knowing the fact like, hey, this could get way more attraction, you know, talking about my own people. Like, even it's funny because even when they talk about another race, it doesn't even get traction. You know what I'm saying? So we had huge platforms like World Star Hip Hop, you know, where most of that's a media platform. You know, a lot of people actually go there for like certain news and things like that that happens in our community. But it just so happened that that's it's a lot of negativity that goes on that platform as well. You know what I mean? And it gets large traction. You know, I I don't know if I felt some type of way, but I thought it was interesting that World Star Hip Hop was actually one of the most viewed websites like in China. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how is that? You know what I mean? So, you know, I find stuff like that even interesting. You know, but it's definitely for whatever reason, you know, it's a thing that people just choose to make money off of. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's a sad thing to me. It's a very sad and interesting thing. I feel like we should have more integrity. You know, like we should be, you know, like should have a better agenda when it comes to our own people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, it's just very interesting. You know what I mean? Like the type of people that, you know, we look to for news, the type of influence out there, and how easy it is to stray them towards, you know, attacking their people, attacking their own people. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we see it all the time, and we see the views that they get for, and I blame it on us as well for even, you know, giving them the energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't have to be that popular, but we still watch it. We still watch the, you know, the traumatizing, you know, shows, information, and even music, because the music is a part of the black media as well. You know what I'm saying? So we get a lot of rock news and information from music as well. You know what I mean? So it's really just excuse my language, a clusterfuck of, you know, misinformation and information we can't even use. You know what I'm saying? So we just hurting ourselves at the end of the day when it comes to that. But yeah.
Shout out to Antoine Aura Irvin for the super chat. What's up, brother Major, the great and Room B1 first. Thank you so much, brother, for tuning in. And thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. And I want to thank everybody right now on the live. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I see y'all comments, and I'm loving the comments. Y'all, please like and share the video. I'm talking to the great OC the Great in the building. And we're talking about the role and responsibility of black media. And right now, we're talking about people that's calling themselves, right? The topic right now that I threw out there was people that say they black media, but really toxic, really negative. really antagonistic, look to tear other sisters and brothers down. And my take is simple.
Mm-hmm.
We sell trauma and we know it works. Blacks selling trauma and we know it works. We watched it, we read this script, you know what I'm saying?
That's a sellout to me, man.
Straight out, you know. I mean, I'm gonna talk about that too by integrity and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Look, to each his own, in my honest opinion about how you may deliver. But if you don't have no integrity in it, which I'm talking about, I really want to go over the integrity part just that, I'm gonna have an issue with it. I have a chance to really take me to TV, or have whatever I want to take me to TV. But I caution myself playing the clickbait thing. I watch people just reporting news all day. And some of it be very helpful. But in the end, I just watch what people do, right? But it's just individual talk, you know what I'm saying? About stuff that's coming over via media talking about it. You find it somewhere, like I be finding a lot of, and I got news breaks, so I catch a lot of local stuff and what have you. That's why I caught the situation with the young ladies out in St. Louis that was getting shot and killed, right? So, you know, and I posted, I just drop it on the timeline, I crop it up, drop the timeline and put it just to inform people what's going on. But I know when people doing this, what they're doing it for, like, it's like, okay, I see what you're doing, I'm gonna give you credit, but I look at sometimes the fact that in the end, what's the end goal? Because you're throwing all this stuff out you, but you're not really trying to bring things together in reference to lining up with black media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And making sure that we regurgitate certain things and show certain things that we come back with some kind of accountability at what needs to be done. And too many times we talk about what needs to be done, but we don't be doing nothing. We'll suggest solution, but don't be solution based. You feel me? I mean, there's nothing. I mean, if I tell you this need to be done, why I'm not doing it. So a lot of times there be a lot of chitter chatter, and the intent part, you know, you see the commercializing getting involved, and you see, you know, that damn, you're doing pretty good, but you're not going all the way. Mm-hmm. And then the way they talk to our people, like they talk down on them, like, you know, like, you know, I see they talk down on our people, and I don't like that. And now I'm sorry, black people can watch a lot of that, talk down on them, curse them out, talk to them crazy, or talk them like they're beneath them. It's a lot of egotistical stuff that go on in black media.
Right.
People see how they channel, how they're growing, right? And the individualism kick in, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That single-minded tunnel vision kick in. And for me, I'll be looking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and a lot of time it'd be entertaining. It's entertainment more than actual black media. And let's go on to the ones that's just negative. That they want to find reason to tear brother down. Soon as something bad, let somebody have a little name. We like vampire, like blood sausage. Everybody feel chunk out. That's something to say because of clickbait, right? Mm-hmm. And so I stay away from that clickbait stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because in the end, only thing you're doing, you're buying a narrative. Think about it. I have no problem. You want to put a flip to it and say something positive after addressing, you know, negative. But I mean, we too fast to put each other down, right? And I watch, you know what they did to different brothers and stuff, you know, even sisters. And then they get into it like they're on the street talking about killing each other, fighting. I'm like, what the hell? You know, so for me, man, that's not black media. That's just toxic. And when you talk about Whitney, see, I can go, not Whitney, when you talk about Whitney, I can go farther back to Oprah days. I can go farther back into talk show. Mm-hmm. A lot of toxicity and stuff was going on. And then when you talk about the Whitney and what have you, then Bert and the reality TV shows where black people really just cut up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to yield the floor, just before you the floor, I'm going to say this here. A lot of things we see going on that's selling, we actually watching the data. We're doing the research and whatever. And a lot of us just selling our soul. We just selling our soul, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Let's talk about the integrity part, you know, the accountability part. Let's Let's talk about that because a lot of time we put our integrity and our put the integrity on the side, and we don't want self accountability. We just want to do what we do and don't want nobody to about what we're doing. Let's talk about that.
Right. I feel like in cases where we don't have a solution for the problem, like if we sit up there and just talk about bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, you know, I feel like we end up feeding, whatever that is, you know what I'm saying, without coming up with a solution to the actual problem. Like for example, like even let's just talk about if someone was to say like, man, what really happened with the let's just say the R. Kelly case or something, and actually bring like a therapist or a doctor in and say like what's going on in these type of people's mind, to even hop into that field. Like what was going on in R. Kelly's mind, what was going on in some of the other people's minds that was around R. Kelly that allowed certain things to go on, versus just saying like, something wrong with this person, put them in jail, then talk bad about the person. Let's talk about the psychology of these different things and, how this shouldn't happen again and what to look out for, you know what I mean, when it comes to these type of people, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like being a solution to the problem is where we should be at versus just talking about the problem, you know what I mean? Because it's one thing because we all know people that just like complain, nag, and just like say all this stuff about what's going on in their life, but they ain't doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And that actually becomes the problem. Like if you're going to talk about it, then do something about it. You know what I mean? Like be an answer or be one of the solutions to the problems. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like we need and something that we are missing in Black media. I used to watch BET back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Back, way back in the day when they had the BNT uncuts and all of that. But it was a segment. Now I forget the name of it. And I actually got the brother that used to have these it's like a news media that they had on BT. Like it was like something summit, something like that. You know what I mean? But they all came to the table and talk about the solutions and the problems in the Black communities and how could we fix it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, I thought it was powerful, and we need things like that to consistently happen, not just once or twice a year, but we need something like that to happen like every week. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about the solutions to the problems. If that's not like a large platform, then it needs to be talked about on different platforms as well, from small platforms to whatever. You know what I mean? We just have to come to a solution. We have to be a solution-based type of Black media. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
I won't lie, brother. I think about Ida B. Wells, right?
Mm-hmm.
When she was exposing all the lynchings that was happening in the South and how they ran out the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a queen, man, that when the white media, and I forgot where it was from, where it was at, right? But somewhere in the South, I won't say Alabama. I don't really know, I won't lie because I should have did that. If I got to pull it up, but she was reporting lynchings that the white media wouldn't want to report. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got so mad they ran it. You know what I'm saying? Out of the area, but she was so powerful in making sure the Black community know the truth, right? In America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for that, she threatened our life. Now think about Martin Delaney. You know what I'm saying? And the things he was about, right? And how he was talking about Black and Africa, and he had the middle mindset that kind of inspired Marcus Garvey, right? And how he was definitely, that's what him and First Douglas was in conflict, right? Because he wasn't for the integration and all that. He was, pro-Black to the T, right? And I think about people that put their life on the line, you know what I'm saying? That did make sure the people found the truth. And for me, I looked at that responsibility that you and I and Black media should have on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? We gotta show respect and homage to the ancestors that paid the way for us right now. And we dropping the ball because we're playing to the enemy's hand in reference to what we talk about. When you look at Blacks that's working in media, you notice that what? They regurgitate the same thing that white media says about black people, right? They regard you the same thing. And I want to go back to something you said earlier on the video about when you were like, you don't know how it is and where I'm from, but and in Lou, how they show black people going to jail, bad things. Brother, I'm gonna tell you, that's all the major black cities like that.
Right.
And it's by design. Same way video I show with the regurgitating the same thing.
Already
All
on.
on script. I'm gonna say this. Nate McCall wrote a book. Now you go check this book out called Make Me Wanna Holler. I read it when I was a kid years ago, right? I don't know, about 30 years or whatever. But Nate McCall said in his book, was it there? It was in the 90s. I'm saying 20 years ago. He said in the book when he was growing up, when he was talking about it, he wound up going to jail, coming home. He wound up becoming a nice journalist for, I think, DC, or Washington Post or something in DC, right? And he was talking about when he was growing up, he was talking about why he made bad choices. He said, all he ever seen, when he seen black people on TV, he seen them either going to jail for something or sports. He said he wasn't seeing no positive black figures on TV like that.
Mm-hmm.
Positive image. I can admit to that because him and I are around the same age or what have you. So when he said that, hit my heart because that's true. A lot of us, before we even get to us, before we get 18, we already messed up in the head because we looking at either streets or sports.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a real thing. And since they have to push their more positive image and whatnot on TV and what have you, that's because people fall for that. But in the day, as black media, we still have to push that, So I definitely have to say that much about what you were saying, brother. But I really look at it like an integrity thing. I look at it. I'm looking at the accountability side. I'm looking at you having love and respect, for yourself. When you love and respect yourself, you should love and respect your people because you represent a melanated nation, right? And
Absolutely.
when you disrespect yourself by talking down your people and saying negative things and buying to being toxic and selling your soul to the devil, I don't respect that. But let me give a shout out to Sarah Lilly. Shallow, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sister. This is correct, Major. We must clean house before we move forward in unity. Anything other than that is suspect. Thank you, sister. You're so right. And that's what we're doing. I always say, I come to expose the real from the fake. Now, excuse me, the real from the fake. I yell a full of OC.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and you said something, hurt people end up hurting people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not well in tune with yourself or even know yourself or even like what's going on in your life, for whatever reason, these type of people will end up hurting other people so they could feel their pain. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these people, you actually look into their life, you see exactly what they're going through, and be like, okay, they basically throwing rocks in a glass house because they got a lot of issues themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if they was to flip the tables, they could talk about themselves the exact same way, but of course they won't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's pain that they're dealing with. It's pain to be able to look in the mirror and not like what you see. You know what I'm saying? So these type of people, they end up having these platforms where they just, shoot down other people that look just like them. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? But, again, we got to get into the bag of self-healing, first. A lot of times we even got to, like the sister said, we got to clean our own house before we even hop on the platform. You know what I'm saying? To talk about anything. You know what I mean? Because we could easily have our own agendas, and those agendas may not be the right ones. It may be on the side of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So we may have to clean our own house before we even hop up on the platform. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it is very important, to have a sound mind, and then to, if you need the counseling for whatever trauma that you're dealing with or whatever's going on, go get there. You know what I mean? But we all have to just be in a proper mind state you know, to be able to say good things about, you know, your people, to be able to report, you know, honesty and truth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all of that is important. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but definitely hurt people. They hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a tough subject. You know, all on its own. You know what I'm saying? On what could be going through people's minds when talking down to other people that look like them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. Like yeah.
Man, the black trauma we deal with,
Mm-hmm.
the post-traumatic slave syndrome we deal with,
Mm-hmm.
the self-hate and internalized oppression we deal with is deep. We think we got it. We think we've got it figured out. We don't. We all messed up. And if we don't find some kind of way in fixing it, because we have to realize we're not just dealing with the effects, like Naim Akbar said, changing the psychological slavery, the effects of it, but we also being reminded, you know what I'm saying, daily, in some form of fashion, our position in this world. You feel me? I didn't say in the states in this world that we here and they there, and they making sure everybody else stay above us because they're playing a colorization game, light skin over dark skin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at Mexico, they accept the white Mexicans over the black Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? You go to China,
Yeah.
accept the white China and the white Chinans over the black. Go to
Mm-hmm.
Japan and everywhere else. You go all across the islands. I mean, it is what it is.
Propaganda. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what the news put out. You know, this is what beauty looks like. You know, and they show these super light faces or whatever. You know, like hey, this is what evil looks like. You know, and they show these darker color skin. You know, people. You know what I mean? And that yeah, that's a whole propaganda scheme. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of the news media. You know, so that's when a black news should come in and say no, that is not what evil looks like. Evil, it could actually look like anything. You know, to be honest with you, you know, it could look like you. It could look like something else. You know what I'm saying? White, black, Chinese, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is what beauty looks like. All different shades. You know, of blackness, of melanated people. You know, they come in all different shades and sizes. You know what I mean? This is what beauty. So this is what, you know. If we put out the truth, we could be able to put out our own, you know, I don't even want to say propaganda because it's just truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, truth versus propaganda. Let's see who wins. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to put out more of the truth. But give me a second, brother. I actually thought my phone was more charged. Let me grab my charger real quick.
I'm gonna
Right
add
back.
to that while you're doing that, brother.
Yeah.
And I mean, you gotta realize this goes with religions and everything. You know what I'm saying? Even how they portray people in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You know, white. You know, pale, light. You know, the psychological part of everything. When you look at the history books, you know that they keep celebrating Columbus. We know, yeah, the damn thing do is discovering America. We've been here, but this is what they regurgitate. It's just so unfortunate that psychologically, not only we brainwashed, not only we brainwashed, because that's one thing. We also psychologically damaged. That's two different monsters, y'all. You know, you're dealing with brainwashing what called you wouldn't say miscaged Negro. Everything you've been taught is a lie, and then called you then Naim Akbar said change him psychological slavery. How we've been programmed to want the slave master guy, and how we should fight against each other and stay at odds because if we ever come together, they know how it will be. So they made sure that they put a colorization game light over dark. You know what I'm saying? They made sure that if we revolt, they would beat us, hang us, kill us, or what have you. We know this. You know, so for me, we tell them a two-headed monster with that. And then on top of it, you have your people that's current today doing exactly that in black media. They're selling they're selling trauma to the people. The people buying the trauma. There are so many good channels out here, black media channels, that's not even being supported. But there's a lot of so-called black media people support like crazy. And it's very toxic. It's very unfortunate that in the end, the people get to lose in the stick because we looking for results. Because if you're not looking for results, you just existing. You just watching the video. You just hearing somebody speak. But you should want somebody that can produce results. Like this brother was talking about, we just did a video about solution-based. That's what it should be about. See, because I don't have no time preaching about anything. I'm not with all the preaching. I'm about to do the hardcore facts. You believe what you want, think what you want. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give you the truth. And the truth is, it's our responsibility to fix us and heal us. Believe it or not, and I'm going to declare and say this. If we was to really come together, and I'm not talking about everybody, I'm talking about the majority. Those who really want true change. I'm going to say this. So much good and so much could change like that. You can out them a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Their whole attitude will change. They see one thing. You come together, you not put up the nonsense. All that stuff they're throwing out there, because we're going to address the elephant in the room right now. Let's talk about the media. Let's just talk about the media. I just dropped a video showing they're on script. You know what I'm saying? They're on script. Man. We got to understand 3% controlling everything. We got to understand what's going on behind the system. We call it the devil and all that. All that's cool. In the day, you know what I'm saying? There's something going on.
True. Show that video.
Huh?
Yeah, show that video how they just speaking with the same voice. They all on code at the exact same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, they saying the exact same words, you know. So that's crazy, you know what I mean, that we can't even be that on call when it comes to our own medias, you know.
Right.
I feel like we can do that. You know what I mean? And any differences we have, we could talk about it behind scenes before we put it out, you know.
Right.
So, you know, everybody got their own opinions, but, you know, when it
and I'm Ryan Wolf.
Putting out the good information, truth, then that's what we should be on. Oh, man.
Let me go into that video right quick, man. Let me find it.
Yeah, they all on code in different states and everything. It's crazy.
Right.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS4 News produces.
But we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Oh, my
bad.
Yep, it's World No Dangerous Morning Show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ
Speaking of black media,
Detroit legend.
I'm sorry, man. I can hear you. I
No,
didn't cut
I had
the
it on mute, but
um,
no, I was just saying it's not that dangerous to our democracy. I was just saying something different than they said. But basically, just I feel like they all on code. They all have a script. They pass each other a script. I feel like it's just like I don't know if anybody watched Anchorman and in that movie or whatever. They messed up the script or didn't have a script. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know exactly what to say without the script. You know what I mean? So they was all, kind of running around with their head cut off, just saying random stuff. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a script that they have. They all just read off a script and they just recite the news. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing that they actually research themselves. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is just given to them. Like it's put on the table. Hey, talk about this today. You know what I'm saying? We got to think about exactly where they get that from. You know what I mean?
right.
So, out in St. Louis, we got so sick and tired of the news out this way, where they actually have people of the community that would come together and just like get the news themselves. They would go to the people homes. It's called STL Real News. Some of us may heard about it. I don't know, but it's actually pretty popular. How but it's a beautiful thing how they was able to come together as people in the community, that we all got cameras on our cell phones and things like that. So they used the page, they could go live, like live and real STL news. Here's what's actually going on. Here's what the news not going to tell you today. You know what I'm saying? And it's got to the point where they got to the scene first. And then, the news will report exactly what they reported. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like stuff like that is powerful, especially if we want to know exactly what's going on in our own communities, and also if we want to control our own narrative. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we already know what's going on with a lot of our brothers that's either in jail today or that they're conspiring to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole piece on black militias in general, but if we leave it up to the white media, all they're gonna say is, this is a terrorist organization or and all this other stuff, all this other bad negative things they have to say because it's just a black person with a gun that they fear. You know what I'm saying? But if you tap on to real news or black news, then it will say something real different than this is a terrorist group. Well, it's just people that practicing their Second Amendment rights. You know what I'm saying? These are just people that's doing actually a lot of what the Constitution has to say, the amendments, So this is actually by law to have a militia. And then the question, the so-called authorities that's in these higher up places, when it comes to the politicians and things like that, with arms and, so on and so forth. So, it's just something that we must have. It's a must have to have our own medias, to tell the truth. And really, I wouldn't even say just black media, just truth media, because that's what it's all about. It's just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we know mass media, they tell lies, just like politicians and everybody else. They are paid, and that's become an entertainment program. So if it comes on television, 9 times out of 10, it's just for your entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So telling the truth is not really the main purpose. When it comes to the news. And major paid platforms. But yeah, so we just definitely got to pay attention to what we watch, and and who's actually giving them those words to say. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
Well, we gotta go back to Nelly Fuller, man. Let's just address the elephant in the room about that. The 9 factors that they control. It's all part of white supremacy. It's all a part, which is racism. It's all a part. It's all about controlling this thing on top, dominating. That's the whole thing. Subjugate, controlling. Let's address it. You know what I'm saying? It's white supremacy at its best. It's not per se people, which we know who was behind it. It's institutions that people that was made by the enemy, right? And these institutions, whether we talking about schools, whether we talking about government, whether we talking about business, whether we talking about media, we talking about all that is centered around, enemy goal to keep us subjugated.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we navigate and move around in a system, right? We as Black media have to inform the people about what's going on and bring the people together for true freedom, for be able to create their own without relying on them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, utilizing the best of brands when you can, because you have to expect how they're gonna come at you sideways, or how they try to set you back and put stumbling blocks in front of you. But if you know how to navigate, because trust me, when I think about Dr. Julian Percy, you know what I'm saying? I think about people like that, you know what I'm saying? I think about, I forgot the other doctor name I was just reading about. I think about how tough it was when it was going to school back in the 1800s and, at the slavery in the 1900s and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to navigate. See, the problem is it's more mental than anything. It's more mental because once you go to bind into the inferior mindset, you give them that superior mindset. That inferiority, that's a mindset when they say it's superior, you believe it's superior. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a mindset you accept it. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So when Malcolm came out, or when Marcus Garvey came out, or when Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm Mason, who came out right and spoke, they accept the reality that, hey, I know who you are, but I'm gonna still claim my throne, or I'm gonna claim that position of informing the people and bringing the people together. And I think that even though we know what happened, you know what I'm saying, especially the Marcus, Malcolm, you know what I'm saying, and the impediment and what have you with the nation and what have you, as before they got themselves back, on track, what have you. We have to look at stuff like that, right? Learn from it, learn from whatever happened with them, whatnot, mistakes, missteps, or what have you, and apply it right now. Because I see a lot of mistakes we make today. They was making mistakes back then, and if you did your reading and research, you know not to do that, or you should have been ready. I'm so tired of people talking about COINTELPRO. I'm tired of hearing it. Stop it. That shit was in the 60s. We already messed up already. We already know we're gonna tell each other, we're gonna come together, because it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Until we say we're gonna come together, it's a mindset. So all that, they don't have to do nothing no more, because we know what we're telling ourselves. We get on social media. I won't talk about the next. We get on social media, we get on YouTube, we run our mouth. We tell everybody what we're gonna do. And then when they come down, go for him and need some. No, you know what I'm saying? Not an afterthought, before thought. Think about that. Think about it. Prepare. I'm not putting myself in a position I'm not gonna be ready in my mind, right? And I just feel like, we make missteps that shouldn't have been. In my honest opinion. So when I look back and I just look at what's going on, right? And what our role as Black media, we got to bring the people together, and we have to show them that, and because that's the next concept I want to talk about. Also, Black media got control their platform. Let's talk about that. People get on our platform be loose mouth, and sometimes we slip. Can't be doing that. There's nothing wrong with promoting positivity, Black empowerment, and self-determination, all that. But we can't let out too much. And a lot of times we don't realize, we be talking, FBI watching me. What if they really is watching you? You know what I'm saying? You saying that, you speaking something, what they is watching you, and let's talk about controlling the platform, man, and how to get people on code and understand that. And I'm about to drop jewels, I'm about to say this. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And then what you do is how you do it. A lot of us get caught up because we talk too much. A lot of us get caught up, we don't have the patience, we move bad. Let's talk about how we control our platform moving forward, because there are people that just reckless, bro. They have energy, mean well, but don't know exactly that you're putting yourself in a messed up position. Let's talk about that.
I feel like when it comes to our platforms, or any platforms for that matter. I think it's important for the people to focus on the agenda. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times there could be different personalities, you know, on the specific platform that you know, me personally, I would like for them to have the freedom to kind of say exactly what they want, but it's all up to, you know, the person that's on the platform to kind of bring everything together, and the person's platform to bring everything together and push everything in the right perspective. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everything should be, you know, or everyone should know the exact agenda, you know, that's going on. Like for example, I'll go ahead and say this, you know, for ozone, for example, you know what I mean? You know, there's a brother, you know, that will come on the platform and will speak on a behalf, or the brother that actually have the authorization to speak, you know, for ozone, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I think we all should feel like, hey, since he has the authorization to do that, you know what I mean, let's just listen to the agenda. The agenda really is for ozone. It has nothing to do with the actual individual, with OCTHEGREAT or anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people should just understand the absolute agenda, you know, and just be open minded to other people, even, you know, having the freedom to talk and say really anything they want, as long as it's pushed into the right direction, you know. Because I always feel like people is going to be hurt regardless, no matter how you say it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I could say the exact same thing in like 10 different ways, and one person out of 10 people is going to be hurt, no matter how many different ways that I say it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just have to do with people's mental and where they head is at. It's just saying these trigger things that people attach themselves to and say like, oh, you know, you talking about me, or you talking down to, you know, my people or people that look like me, or whatever the case may be, whatever trigger words that's out there, you know. And I would say it is a right and wrong way to say things, but my experience, you know, especially speaking to a large audience, you know, somebody's going to be hurt. It's like you actually have to really know that person in order to speak to them in a certain way, or speak to her in a certain way. You know what I mean? So I feel like us as a people should be very agenda focused. You know, like what's the purpose behind this person actually speaking today? You know what I mean? What is the reason? What are we here for? You know, we should ask those type of questions. You know what I'm saying? And then come to a conclusion all together, you know, versus shooting each other down. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with just having, you know, people to speak their mind. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's their truth, you know, because I want to hear people's truth. And then we could stir it towards the right direction, you know, after that person's is done. You know what I mean? Just having the listening ear, being able to listen and just kind of fall back and be like, okay, you know, let's focus on the agenda, and then let's talk about exactly what that agenda is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I veer a little on that, you know. So I like to talk behind the scenes, know what the content gonna be, because I don't want nobody to incriminate themselves. You know, I said I've been incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, for a very long time, and I did a lot of law work for people, bro. And I'll tell you something, like that's a case like that, bro. You talking about ozone? They was sending an informant around him, right? And the phone will lie and say he said blah 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 and testify. I've seen a bunch of cases like that. You heard me?
Yeah.
See how people talking publicly about cases? That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna donate and fall back. It shouldn't be. Everybody wonder it don't go like that. You don't supposed to be talking about your cases. That's how bad things get. People, y'all don't realize these prosecutors, they will pay people, they will release them, they will come testify on a big case. I know this. I know people got caught up on that, but I tell y'all don't listen to me. I don't talk about I don't talk about people's case for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That shit real. The prosecutor will send somebody in there. They will phone tap and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you just talk to them. You sit them about their case. About 30, 45 years, that's a confidential phone you're talking to. You got to be civil. Once the attorney tell you don't say nothing when you get incarcerated, especially a serious case. You know, but I'm going to say this. I don't like nobody talking records. I've seen people talk records all the time. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a consequence, especially when you are the victim, especially when you are the weaker of the opponents. I mean, I keep regurgitating this book. Read Sun Tzu, Art of War. Please read Robert Greene's Three Strategies of War. It's not just about war. It's about business, relationship, people, everything. You have to think, people. I don't care if you got rah-rah. I don't care about all that there. You feel me? Them people go to war. They simply go attack people and kill everybody. We understand what we're dealing with when they want who they want. They don't see numbers as no big enemy. And when they see us making moves, they zoom in because we reckless and careless. Point blank. And we don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And the problem I see is we too emotional. We're too emotional. We're impulsive, and we don't think. I don't want nobody on my platform talking about nothing incriminating. I don't want to hear that rah-rah, because if you ain't buzzing, you know, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up like that. I got people in my circle that's really about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't get down like that. I'm not used to it. I don't care how big I get. I would never run my mouth like that. That's not me.
Indeed.
That's not me. I ain't with the rah-rah-rah. If I get busy, I'm going to get busy on my own. You feel me? You know, that's what I do. I ain't with the other stuff. I miss me with that. I watch people in my comments and I emotional. I just be checking them out like. I wonder how that person really is. Because you not in the front screen like you and I. You're not risking, like, you know, you ain't out here. Every time we talk about stuff like we risking our life. And I trust how we want a lot of Caucasians just racist. But you know, my heart is like, I don't be fearing nobody the most high, right? But to make a long story short, we have to understand, me personally, I don't rock like that. You anybody get me caught, you might get you caught up. I can handle it, interrogating and beat up. Can you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you deal with when it get hot? Like kitchen get hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people that be saying they about it, when that pressure come, I had my homie, we grew up together. Look, that pressure come, they break. I don't want to care, I'm just saying, but getting back on top of my man, I believe we should control our platform. It's not for people to know every damn thing. And when things go bad, we're looking for help. Our people already messed up. We try to save them. Now we gotta save you. I'm just tired of it. So for me, that's why I'm doing what I do. My time of best interest, I think, for myself and the people. See, a lot of time, our people want to do something. People be contacting me a lot, have great ideas and what have you. I'm like, we're gonna be on standby for a second. We organize it. I'm not trying to sing you here, sing you there, and you get used and abused. You're looking at me like, man, so and so, whatever. Because a lot of sisters and brothers out here, a lot of them not right. I hate to say a lot of this movement is not right. You feel me? And I tell people a lot, when I talk to you long enough, I'm gonna figure you out. I'm gonna dissect you so good. Your message and everything. You talking too much. You know, let it like if it's organic, if you really about that, it's gonna show. You don't have to keep talking about it, you're gonna show. That's why I try to control what I say and do, because people watching you and I, they're watching us, they're watching people, and I don't want to be like everybody just talk. I really want to turn word into action. So, you know, for me, I just really feel like controlling our platform, not like guys let people incriminate themselves, and then understand it's a process. We're looking for this overnight, everybody will come together. It's not realistic if we not on code with black media. We're not on code in leadership. We're not in code with these different movements going on. That's everybody doing things separate. It's going to be a process. It's going to have to be a real movement that starts small, that get big. And a lot of movements don't last long because people do too much of this. and a lot of times they don't be ready. And when they get caught up, is you got to think about it, because like I said, I'm a before thought person. If they come at me, I'm thinking all kind of ways. My mind just stay running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About that. So just wanted to say that, brother.
Yeah, you said something. You know what I'm saying? And you actually spoke of something that that needed to be spoke about. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say without saying too much. There's some things that's going to happen, very soon, and some people that we saw speaking, it's not going to be speaking anymore. You know what I mean? For different reasons. You know what I'm saying? For that reason that you talked about, as far as discrimination and things like that. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that law stuff, you got to be very careful of what you say. You know what I'm saying? Very careful of the people around you. You know what I mean? Very careful of the people that speak for you as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's a very important piece. But I have to say, when it comes to when it comes to like medias like this, like our platforms, how powerful, like we are, you know what I mean? When we have platforms like this and the people we actually touch, you know what I'm saying? Just the other day, and I'm pretty sure you got this as well. A brother and a sister was just like, yo, I learned so much, from your platforms, you know what I'm saying, and, just coming into consciousness, you was one of the pages that I seen, you know what I mean? And I was just like, yo, that's powerful, you know what I mean? Because I remember when I first came into consciousness. Say it again.
What you had said? I drift. What you just said?
Yeah, this person was like, just coming into consciousness. You was one of the people that led me into consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's powerful. Because I remember when I first, was led into consciousness, and how thankful I was for these type of people, that came into my life and pushed my brain in the right direction. I feel, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like if we are doing the right thing and we have a great cause, for our own people, I feel like it could be a very powerful thing for a lot of our people's brains and where they need to go moving forward. But if we just like one dimensional and we just talking about the trauma, the messiness in our community, you know what I mean? Like what does that actually do for our brains? Like are we just like good for entertainment? You know what I'm saying? That's all we about. You know what I'm saying? Are we not good enough for anything else? You know what I'm saying? Some actual knowledge or some actual solutions to help our people grow in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like with our media platforms could be, and even our, music could be way more powerful if we all was on one accord. We all have the same voice, talking about some of the same things. And yeah, it's cool to have a balance, things like that, because that's the part of my act, what I like to actually follow, just a balance of things. But definitely having an agenda, on to, at least find self and move in the right direction when it comes to your lifestyles and the way you want to live and heal the people. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I definitely agree. When it comes to people that's talking way too much, I'm for the people that when it comes to solutions, we talk about the solutions and, as they say less. I mean, say less. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to a solution, after you meet the problem, then it shouldn't be that much to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get to the solution. And that's it. You know what I mean? So,
and I really believe it's still by example, brother.
mm-hmm.
I believe everybody that's in the chat saying what they're saying. Thank you for your comment. Please like and share this video. It's going down tonight. Look, it's like this. We have everybody chat, OC myself, we have to live how we say. See, a lot of time, a lot of us contradict ourselves. There's nothing wrong with contradicting yourself if you're changing. You know what I'm saying? Because Nicky Giovanni said on Reverend Clutch, nothing wrong with contradict yourself because you would want to you want to change, like how you thought one time you might a year later you might feel different. But I'm talking about people that's living in hypocrisy, right? You know what I'm saying? And I know, what I'm saying, we all stumble, we all have our, we all go through something. But I feel like it starts with by example. Like a lot of people get attracted to me just off how I am. I'm talking not no, you're talking about peer people I meet, you know what I'm saying? My personality, I'm always greeting people positively, our people, of course. I always have a positive word. Anybody know me made to talk positive. Consider my past as kind of around. I talk positive a lot, right? And it started us living by that example, right? Because change just don't happen. It happened when you're ready to change, when you have opened your ears, you open your eyes, you open your mind, you open yourself spiritually to receive, right? And I feel like when you're doing good deeds, when you speaking righteous, you will prevail. I really feel that way. I just think too many times we waver, too many times the movement get heavy and doubt sit in. And for me, when I look at black media, right? I look at black people, because I gotta slide it in. It's our responsibility. I also think it's the people's responsibility too. As you grow and learn and develop, you spread that love, you spread that wisdom, you spread your experiences and whatnot. Because when I speak, I don't speak a lot about my past and what I might mention, like I just mentioned earlier today, because I'm not into like talking about me like that. But when I talk about it, because I be feeling so passionate, because I want to say something. I said I had made a warning about that when I did it, or my second video was on about black media and black music, black gun clubs and militias. Stop, all this here. You know what I'm saying? If you're about it, you're about it. You don't have to say it. That's something you show. That's not something you talk about, right?
Yeah.
But I do feel the responsibility of us as a people too, to lead positive examples around of us. We have to lead positive examples, because black media can do so much. But once we impart the information to you, once we come to the community and do things, what you would do with it, how you gonna follow and make sure you touch the next person? It's a group effort overall. You know what I'm saying? It's a group effort. So the responsibility is on the community as well. That once they go to receive the information, whether they get it from black media or they learn their own, to also each one teach one. So for me, and I'm gonna sum it up, black media should be solution based. Black media should address everything. Everything. I mean, from the good, bad, ugly, great, history, whatever. Some things I stay away from, because I know if I regurgitate what the Fox News and media doing, I'm playing a part. I'm being a part of what they're doing. But I try my best to definitely share stuff to provoke, to get you to see, especially those who still in doubt, those who don't know. I want you to constantly see what's really going on. So I'm just throwing stuff at you, whether you see it or not. That's on you. I'm like the guy on the mind, just throwing beats. I'm dropping you and I'm passing by. But I really feel like it should have some kind of. That's why I don't curse on my channel. That's why I don't even. It's even minutes start doing interviews and people come on my channel. I had to fill out what's going on, because people will bring that energy to you and don't realize that you're not with that. And what they might feel is cool talking about so and so or talking negative about something. And you're like, man, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we should solution based should always be B1 first. We should always try to find the way to come out that mud, to never be in the negativity. And we talk about it, we should address it. Whereas even if it's a brother that was one time here and he fell and lost some glory, to not make a spectacle out of him, not make him, it's already bad. Why not try to build his brother up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, encourage people, you know what I'm saying, that things happen when you do this and you do that, but not be negative about it. And just constantly just share wordy information. And for me, like this platform, I'm thinking so big with this platform, right? But everything I'm saying, man, That's what I'm gonna really be about with this platform. It started a YouTube channel. I got my website. I'm doing all kind of stuff behind the scenes. I'm about to go. I'm doing music. I'm doing everything, right? So I just don't talk about a lot of things, right? But make a long story short, that's how I should be solution based in solution based.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And I ain't gonna lie, we have a lot of our brothers and sisters that show men and show women, we joke around, you know what I'm saying? So even if a brother or a sister that fell off, we may joke, we may laugh together and things like that, but definitely coming to a solution base, you know what I'm saying, is what should be at the end. You know what I mean? So it's just like somebody tripping and fall, like, all right, you all right? You all right? And then then start laughing like, yeah, because you felt funny than a mug. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? And let me move that out the way so you won't trip again. You know what I'm saying? Because next time you could bust your head. You know what I'm saying? Just different things like that. Just being, we could be funny, we could be entertaining. But definitely having the solution at the end is should be the main purpose. Should be the absolute agenda. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's what it is, Yeah.
For sure. And now it means to be clear. You're not black media if you doing native things like it's trying to explore the brother, speaking negative, always talking about, negative stuff. That's not black media. I'm gonna do that right now. If you're trying to test a brother now, constantly going at somebody, always entertaining negative stuff or with this clickbait thing, you know what I'm saying, just to make some money and get followers. That to me, that's not black me. You just, I don't know, just doing your thing, you hustling or whatever. Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
being a part of white supremacy.
a lot of us don't even have experience in this. I don't have no experience, so I think a lot of us know we doing. We just freestyling. Some of us are naturals, some we got a lot of work, and some of us we pretty good with it, but the stuff we talk about, the things we entertain is not cool. So I'm gonna end it by saying, man, like black media is the people, and the people should be black media. You know what I'm saying? Black media should represent the people. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Like we know we melanated people, so we know we speak on behalf of our people, and we know we are damaged people. We know we are people that have taken advantage, and one of the most gross and atrocious ways that you know what I'm saying. It's hard for us to even sometimes fathom what happens historically, you know what I'm saying, what they done to us, you know what I'm saying, but we still standing strong. So I just feel like it should always be about the people, man, always, and bring us together.
Absolutely. Well said. And black media should just be the truth, you know what I'm saying, all together, So what people should look forward to black media to just hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear the truth today. After you've seen all the Caucasian media, then you head over to black media to get the absolute truth. And that's what we should be about. You know what I'm saying? It should be a platform for the people, a platform for real knowledge. And also we should be on code with our information. You know what I'm saying? We should know the difference as well. Like what's truly, black media and what's really not black media. We should be able to point that out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, such and such is saying the exact same thing as major media is saying, this is not black media. Black media is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And we should always go for the truth and always go for the knowledge and, an agenda-based solution type, platform. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we should be about at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, my brother.
Yeah, shout out to my licorice root. Somebody asked what this is. It's a licorice root. You know what I'm saying?
I see you stunting that thing, you know what I'm saying? You talking about life, you laying right, you just doing, you popping things out. Like, what are you talking about?
And the people then said black, it looked like a backwood and all sorts of things.
I thought it was a sicko. You hang around with them. You got to collect comments, man, before we go over to the comments, because I really appreciate you coming on, man. Blessing the channel.
It's all good, Salute to MajorTv. MajorTv always giving out the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's not with the messiness and things like that, So salute to what you're doing. Salute to your viewers. You know what I mean? They always stand tuned to a positive message. Then even the people that you bring on, salute. Peace to the guys, man.
Thank you, fam. I want to thank you again so much from the bottom of my heart, man. Just watching you grow up in the game, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. Like I said, I started watching Jim J off your channel, you know what I'm saying, and what have you. But we've definitely been a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to the movement, to the people, sharing information and doing your part, putting boots on the ground. So I want to thank you for that, man. And I'm gonna go through the comments and what have you. Elena Porter, you want to chill, bro? You about to step down?
I could chill. I thought you was kicking me off.
Oh no, hold on, no, bro. I'm gonna do that to you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
They got
good.
something. They get this shouting you all in the chat.
Yeah.
Elena Porter, how you doing, sister? True OC solutions are key. We cannot keep discussing problem with no solution. Major always state the importance of solution-based topics. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much for the comment. 5/5, greeting Major TV, greeting OC the Great. Thank you so much, 5/5, for coming through. I'm gonna let y'all know. So many comments, a lot of your comments get pushed out. I'm kind of like going through comments. I know a lot of y'all communicate with each other. I'm going through comments and what have you. Kind of let it fit the what we talking about, whatnot. Sarah Lily Shallow, how you doing? People don't realize they are doing it. How many people on this thread love the series Power? It's called social engineering. Speak, sister. I'm sorry, y'all. It just communicates down. I'm trying to. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
S7, mass communication to the class 1982. They should never give that class. I was on a script on that. Wow. Brother, man, is anyone really surprised? We think it to yourself, think you're crazy, but once you see it's all agenda, time to fight against this satanic system. No, it's not a surprise, you know what I'm saying? But we keep getting caught up though. We haven't figured out, like Nilla Fuller Jr. said, like when somebody's about Mr. Farrakhan, I can't say nothing bad about that brother. What he's doing, he might have an answer for what's going on.
Yeah.
He said he don't talk bad about people. It's just the fact that we haven't figured out. We know it. It's nothing new, but we haven't figured out how to deal with it. And that's really a problem, in reference to like really trying to understand how we can overcome it. Nat Turner. What the mainstream media is trying to brainwash people, but I think some of them brainwash themselves. I mean, it took so clumsy. Why do they think that this will work, disadvantage those fools? It did work. It worked.
It does.
It worked. Does it work? It worked. Trust me. It's successful with it. And it's like you check somebody. You checking the parent guard. He going to the right side, making the left up, and making the left layup. You know what I'm saying? He going left, then he going right, making a layup, and you never take his right side from him.
Man,
making hands up. We know.
Yeah.
I'm listening, brother.
Yeah, I tell you, like this is how media works. I'm sure some of us actually saw. I guess it's called the Doll, DOL. Not challenge. It got so many challenges, and that's another thing. But basically, what happened is it's little girls. They show a black doll and a white doll. You know what I'm saying? So with this with the little black and white girls, they'll say, well, which one is the bad doll? You know what I mean? So they all said the black doll, and even the little black girl said the black doll is the bad doll, and they showed the white doll, and it's like, oh, which one is the good doll? And they all pointed at the white doll. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand, like, where did our little babies even get that from? So yeah, that was a thing that they did back then. They also had an update in the early, like or mid 2000s. They did it again in the exact same thing, exact same outcome. You know what I mean? They looked at the black dog and said, "Oh, this is the bad one, and the white one is the good one." Where did they get that from? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it could be things that's point towards the cartoons, but that's all a part of media as well. That's all a part of propaganda. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even see yourself as a good person. You can't see something that looks like you as something that's good. You know what I mean? So they do the same thing with the news. You know what I'm saying? We can't even see a brother or sister without thinking we're going to get robbed or something like that. You know what I mean? That's instantly what pops in our head, but we can see a Caucasian all day and we can feel safe. Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? So those are things we have to think about, and that's how hard, that's how easy it is for them to put things in the media, and then we just eat it all up because it gets into our mental, and that's what we go with. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it definitely works.
And a lot of time it be subliminal. Like a lot of time we be thinking we straight and we on it, and it be a subliminal thing that we watch, we listen to, and what have you. And we don't even be knowing how our mind been molded and shaped. You know what I'm saying? And we think we really on top, we really conscious, but still doing a lot of crazy things, still saying a lot of crazy things. So
yeah,
they did a hell of a hex. They did a hell of a hoax on us, man.
Yeah.
The portal, the R. Kelly case is a teachable moment and opportunity. We have some alternatives such as pedophilia and incest that derive from slavery. Real talk. We got some real issues. And Twara Irvin, what's up? Like all perspective, but I don't believe nothing that comes from OHS system of corruption. Functional unity is what we need. We do not have to like each other. However, we must respect each other. Real talk. DJ 3D, the beast. One issue I've noticed is that we have to value each other's perspective regardless if we got money or not. Just because someone got money doesn't make them right or moral or right. And that's true. I mean, I'm not lying. That's one of the first things I noticed the ego, and everybody got ego, but some people are just too egotistical. Some people are just very disrespectful, and some people feel like they know more. And I don't think you can ever get anybody in the room if somebody is just ego that big and they just think they know everything. Every time you bring a subject, they dominate. I don't even care to talk to people like that. And I know people like that too. But it's sad that people don't respect the fact that let you talk and hear you out and give you. And that's why I don't be around or deal with people like that. You know what I'm saying? If I do, I deal with them distant because some people really think they know everything. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when they come down to solutions and what they talking about doing, you know what I'm saying? It's questionable, So Chirara, insight. What's up, Elder? The purpose of black means also guide the black people through the pitfalls of white supremacy. It is the duty of black media, therefore, to be united in this duty. Real talk. Facts. Georgia Cunningham, thank you for tuning in. This is a different era, and some things have changed. True. And that's why we have to know how to make adjustments and be flexible. Like a lot of time, we are stuck in the past. A lot of time, I don't know, that tunnel vision kills us. I mean, you can have an idea, but you're not willing to hear other people's ideas. They might can help the idea you have, but if you're shutting them off, that's not gonna work at all. But yeah. Chirara. All black media ought to be united in a gentle unite black, just as mainstream media unite and destroy the black race. Real talk. Everything we build with JBATL, salute, thank you for coming through, family. Everything we build, they buy out. They take two to agree. You know what I'm saying? I know they stole a lot. They a lot of land, a lot of property, a lot of money. But if everything we build, they buy out. Yeah, but a lot of times we sell it. We sell it to them too, like we did BET. You know.
They trick us in a way.
Yeah. Exonerate Jim J, free Ozone, free Spike, free Steve Biko. Steve Biko, you talking about South Africa that they killed
Yeah.
50 years ago? You talking about free Steve Biko? Oh my God, yeah, you gotta come back and that turn clarify that Steve Biko comment because rest in power that brother, man. He did that brother bad. Yeah, my brother, he all three, huh? Most beauty products was made by a black woman. Real talk, brother. Real talk. They understand ownership. We don't. Change your thinking and changes can be made. We're our worst enemies as a people. This pandemic has all of us in a change mode. Nothing would happen until we make it happen. This is the starting point. Real talk. I always say it's a starting point right here. We can't talk about what people not doing. We can't worry about what they didn't do in the past. We got to talk what we're doing now. If we get turn out, issue with unity, but we gotta start right now just talking about it and coming together like me and OC the Great had done, you know what I'm saying? So I have done that's good. Elder see the roots are hidden, but the tree and his fruits are seen and shared with all who wants to silly partake. I say, all right, brother. Real talk, that was fact. Solution based, focus. Word OC. Mm. Got a whole lot of count. I'm gonna be good to well, I'm already at the bottom. Woo! Woo! Y'all cutting up tonight. Cyril Lilly, U.S. mainstream media is breaking practically every international journalism protocol there is. Social media, black YouTubers will not report anything other than the script either. Well, in fairness to black media, so much you can say when you're on white media. I mean, when you don't need white platforms and stuff like that. So we can speak, we can say a lot of things, but the COVID thing, they put me in jail, YouTube jail for 7 days. Even though I still be trying to touch on certain things, but you guys know how to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? But fairness to some of the black media, man, we got to be smart doing this and what have you. But yeah, we got to tighten up too, though. We got to tighten up for real.
Yes, we do.
Nat Turner, love you, Major OC Cody speaks, and every brother and sister. Chat, we must unite, bring change in our life so we can live a good life and have a future for our children. That's facts. Real facts. I appreciate that, brother. So we can know the correct way to report what is going on. Real talk. Real talk. I am saying that the brother in Washington, he is a member of the new Black Panther Party. I heard is in jail on both charges. A lot of people should be out there support RBG movement. What was talking about, OC? I don't know like that.
Brother in Washington.
You talking about, brother? We don't know what you're talking about. Real talk. And locally, man, there don't be a lot of support locally for nobody like that. You got to go out of town and support people. But that's all the comments that that's the comments that we gonna we have covered and whatnot. Thank everybody for the live chat. Y'all was really super. Thank you for just supporting the channel. Y'all definitely hit OC the Great up. Subscribe, like, and share his videos as well, because he be coming with that heat. It was a beautiful live, man. I appreciate your real talk, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Gotta go.
As Shay was saying, appreciate love, appreciate love.
You already know. But look, y'all, I gotta get up and work tomorrow. And I'm quite sure I gotta do the same thing. I want to thank OC the Great. Again, I want to thank everybody. Y'all stay focused, still cool, just be black. Peace.
To the people, the power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Power to the people. The power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Wish we could see that we hurting ourselves. Hate to see each other excel. Looking like crabs in the barrel. Wanna gossip, wanna judge. What if we all just unified and put all our differences aside to preserve our way of life and be black and keep our pride and be kings under God and speak words that are wise and don't glorify things that took our fucking people lives. We've been oppressed so long, we feeding on our own. Disconnected from our people, stuck in zombie mode. Children of the lost tribes. Let's go back to Israel. They say I'm trivial, but I swear it's biblical. We need to come together, not only at funeral. I'm so tired of fucking funeral. Power to the people.